98.5 FM. Oh yeah. 98.5 FM. This is the place to be with the radio experience.
If you're looking for the best in news, sports and entertainment, we got everything you need and so much more, yeah.
98.5 FM. Oluyole. 98.5 FM.
Hear me now. Go down to the #1 station. Getting on quality information. Writing up your day in so many ways. Tune to 98.5.
Oluyole. 98.5 FM. 98.5 FM. Oluyole. 98.5 FM. 98.5 FM.
Maria Babika oṣù àpọ́nlé, Maria Babika ya Ramadan, Sarafati ní bẹ̀ẹ̀bẹ̀ òru. Mo kí gbogbo Mùsùlùmí pàkú ọdún, àwẹ̀ Ramadan náà èyí tó wọlé dé, ilé akéde oríta bá sọ̀run. Ìyẹn BCOS mà ló ń kíyìn, àníyàn wá sọ nígbọ̀wọ́ àwọn ètò wa. Inú Ramadan náà ká ṣiṣẹ́ ládàá o, ọba Olúwa yóò san wá lẹ́san re, ọba Olúwa yóò san wá lẹ́san re, ọba Olúwa yóò san wá lẹ́san re.
Ẹ pe alága Ramadan sórí 091-582-13807 091-582-13807.
Ọba Olúwa yóò san wá lẹ́san re, ọba Olúwa yóò san wá lẹ́san re. Iye ìṣẹ́jú tẹ bá ń fẹ́ ni ẹ béèrè fún, ọba Olúwa yóò san wá lẹ́san re.
Oluyole FM 98.5.
Conversation. Conversation. Conversation.
Yes, this is how we do it every day, every morning on Oluyole FM 98.5 right here in the city of Ibadan, except Sundays. Yes, and this is the program Conversation, and where we review newspaper stories and do analysis, top-notch analysis on various issues concerning the people, concerning the government, concerning the country, concerning our grassroots, people. And yes, we are always networking on various, on 2 stations. Okegun FM 96.3 and Agility 92.1 FM. Yes, we are all there together. And of course, our social media network that's talking about the Facebook. And yes, no one beats the rich. Like Tola always says, no one beats the rich. And we know you are there for us. Tola, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, Bimbo. Yes, no one beats the rich. And then the program is Conversation. Well, Bimbo has said it all. And well, we are set to bring you the major headlines in the dailies, the meat of the news, as we always call it. And well, That's what we do on Conversation Monday to Saturdays, except Sundays. And we invite you to be a part of the regular chit chats. And that's why the program is called Conversation. Our thoughts, views, and opinions, not the corporate views of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, regarding those major headlines as reported by the dailies. My name is Tola Teriba.
Yes, my name is Bimbo Akombi. And yes, we have quite a lot of interesting, stories in the news today, which I think people will be. Yes, you are also, you'll be given the opportunity to make calls. That is talking about your own views on the program Conversation. Yes, so many stories that are interesting. Talking about power, talking about the new Alafin's installment, talking about the police arrest of a gospel singer caught with girlfriend's head in Nasarawa.
Gospel singer?
Yes, gospel singer. I'm talking about we've been talking about it. It has been on for a long time. The Ibadan Stampede, talking about the Christmas gift saga, and which some people were arrested, and now they have been granted bail, 10 million naira bail, and 2 sureties each.
I was talking about the popular broadcaster,
Yomi Hamzat, yes.
And the ex-queen of the Oni, Naomi Shila Kwala. Well, they were granted bail by the courts yesterday. And you understand, a fresh 18-count charge was filed against them.
Was it filed? I don't think it went through.
Oh,
I'm not too sure.
Okay, maybe there are plans to do that.
Because yes, they had plans to do that. That was yesterday when they were arraigned.
But let's go to the meat of the news this morning, Bimbo. And in Lagos, the Speaker of the House of Assembly was shown the way out. He was impeached. And that's talking about Mudashiru Obasa. And quite a number of people said that I don't know, said it was his 4th time as Speaker. So then why we impeached Obasa, change House leadership, Lagos lawmakers. And as usual, they said it had something to do. I mean, covertly now, they said it had something to do with his relationship with the governor. Things went sour between him and the governor, and the way it always is, if you are the Speaker of a State House of Assembly, and you fail at some point to maintain good relations with the governor, in due course, you can be sure that you will be shown the way out from the exit door from that seat. They gave their reasons. The official reasons now. They said it has to do with corruption. They said it has to do with issues of mismanagement of the affairs of the State House of Assembly. But let's do some few paragraphs from that story. Amid wild jubilation. Oh, I wonder who was jubilating. Amid wild jubilation, members of the Lagos State House of Assembly yesterday impeached the embattled Speaker Mudashiru Obasa over alleged financial misappropriation. In his stead, the lawmakers chose his deputy Mujisola Lasbat Miranda, representing Apapa Constituency 1, making her the first female speaker in the history of the House. Oh, well, at least he made history.
Yes.
The Assembly also removed the clerk, Olalekon Onofeko, and dissolved all committees of the House. Oh, I thought the clerk was supposed to be a civil servant.
Yes, she should be, or he should be.
He should be a civil. Well, I don't know if they have those powers to remove the clerk. She is a career civil servant.
Yes, they just wanted to change
equivalent of a permanent secretary.
Secretary, yes.
Well, an elected Speaker, Miranda, elated, that means happy. She was actually happy to take over. And elected Speaker Miranda, who was sworn in at 12 noon, said she would unveil her plans next week, saying, I will not be able to talk now. Although the former Speaker maintained that he was innocent of the accusations, the impeachment ended his 10 years reign as Speaker. which makes him the longest Speaker of the House since inception in the Republic. Now, Obasa brought Onofeko to the Assembly. They became close confidants and were behind the ban on journalists covering the activities of the House for over 2 years now. Just imagine. You guys barred from the State Assembly for and no one saw that as an aberration among the political class. How very strange, Bimbo. How very strange. In the developments, the House also suspended the clerk of the Assembly, Mr. Oluyole Onofeko. He has been replaced by Mr. Abubakar Taiwo Otun as acting clerk of the House.
You know why they removed Onofeko? You know, the Onofeko was impeached. They said he was allegedly, single-handedly brought into office by Obasa.
It was actually they suspended him. Okay. Now, as to the reason, one major reason for the suspension of the House of Assembly Speaker that was in the news yesterday, they said he renovated the gate of the State House of Assembly with a whopping 17 billion naira. 17 billion naira.
For the renovation.
Not even a new gate, Bimbo. It was just to repair the gate. That's what they said. Well, subsequently, Abiodun Tobun, representing Ekpe Constituency 1, speaking with newsmen, explained why the members changed the leadership of the House. Now, quoting him now, the Lagos State House of Assembly declared its decision to impeach Speaker Mudashiru Obasa. The impeachment was a unanimous decision by the lawmakers, and the lawmakers agreed to take this step to safeguard our image and Lagos State. Change is inevitable, and we thought it was time for a new direction. And okay, the lawmakers assured the public of their commitment to the progress and stability of Lagos State under the new leadership. Okay. They mentioned this.
Don't you think he might have stepped on Baba's toes?
No, actually, you are talking about body loan.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, we understand Baba was actually on his side, and Baba tried to settle the rift between him and the governor. If there was such a step, Baba during the last holidays, Baba was home. He was in Lagos, and he actually tried to mediate in whatever crisis was ongoing between the two of them, and he asked and he told the speaker point blank that what exactly is happening. You have to show some respect to the governor. You have to, he says the respect should be mutual, but then Baba was of the opinion that he has to show some honor and respect to the governor, who is the political head of Lagos State. Well, it says here, Obasa's sin. Now, Obasa has been accused of financial mismanagement involving 44 billion naira allocated for vehicles and capital projects over 2 years. This development has generated concerns and raised questions about transparency and accountability in the Assembly's financial operations from critics, including lawmakers and residents. The one about is also stated here, spending 17 billion naira on the fixing of the Assembly complex gates. Just fixing the gates. 17 billion naira. Well, he has denied them the allegations. He debunked the claim that the Assembly spent 200 million naira on its recently organized Thanksgiving service for staff. Obasa says it's so funny. How much is the allocation of the Assembly in the whole year that we will decide to spend 17 billion naira on a gate? They won't claim that we spent 200 million naira on Thanksgiving that did not hold. Addressing further claims by the group about the alleged relationship between him and the EFCC chairman Oluyole, Obasa denied attending the latter's screening and confirmation by the National Assembly. Well, if you were to look at the speakers, the former speakers' defense here, you might want to conclude that it's a matter of giving a dog a bad name to hang it. That's if his defense is anything to go by. But then also there's some issues that he said how much is the allocation of the Assembly the whole year, and they will decide to spend 17 billion on the gate.
Fixing the gate.
I was reading the story yesterday. That never occurred to me, Bimbo. just how much, or is it an accumulation of the of what was left, the remnants of what was left of the spendings over the past 10 years or thereabout that he decided to use on fixing the gates? Well,
now, Obasa is not the first speaker that will be impeached. And Wahid Jokotola, if you remember, Wahid Jokotola Belumi was the first speaker of the Lagos Assembly to be impeached. He was in office between 2003 and 2005 and was succeeded by Adeyemi Ikuforiji. I think you are getting that trend there. Obasa is the second impeached speaker in the state in the current republic.
Basically, what I think was responsible for Mr. Obasa's fallout, if indeed there's a fallout with the governor and with his colleagues, the fact that I think he had stayed too long.
Yes, too long. And people would have been bored. The honorable members would have been bored, and people of his constituency also might have been bored.
They maybe at some time, Rabin stayed so long, Rabin gotten so used to the affairs of the house, he became kind of high-handed. He began to overstep his bounds, and so that did not go down well with his colleagues. And of course, those who felt he had stayed too long in that seat. And for the fact that he also believing he knows everything, the in and out of Lagos politics, decided to take on the governor for whatever reason. But then the story is always the same, Bimbo. No matter what a speaker does, in this our system, he only gets shown the way out when he falls out with the governor. And the governor seems to hold every power, autonomy of the legislature, never something real at the state level.
As he is impeached now, he will just go back as an
another floor member. Also have this one on 2025 budget, no end in sight to national grid collapse, says federal government. That's coming from the federal government itself. They are saying no end in sight. That is no solution. We are going to have more grid collapses.
Yes, a power minister even said this.
And we're going to be spending, each time the grid collapses, a very huge sum is spent to revive it. So that the federal government is saying is going to continue. But I'd like to know why we are not going to be having a solution to this anytime soon. I mean, to the incessant grid collapses, and why this again is something that we have to live with, according to the federal government. The federal government said yesterday that there was no end to frequent national grid collapse in the country. Speaking yesterday in Abuja when he appeared before the Senator Eyinaya Abaribe-led Senate Committee on Power to defend the 2025 budget, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, said the national power grid remains vulnerable to frequent collapses, partly because government is set to repair a major transmission line in the northern region due to persisting insecurity. Oh, I see.
Yes. He mentioned insecurity and vandalism, poor infrastructure, and they remained major threats to the grid. And he said the ministry is also planning solar lights, CCTV for highways. I don't know how feasible this solar ministry planning solar lights will be.
This excuse of insecurity in northern Nigeria as a reason for not being able to solve the problem of national grid collapse. I think this is, to me, this is a lame excuse, and it looks like to me like some people or somebody somewhere just wants to continue to drain away the nation's resources. Just like when the refineries we are not working. And turnaround maintenance, and then somebody came. And the general assumption was that the refineries were never going to work, and that that reality of the refineries not working is what we have to live with as Nigerians. Now, here the minister, he said grid collapses will continue, but noted that government will ensure that it reduces the frequency of collapses and ensure a very short turnaround time to restore the grid. So it means instead of addressing that problem of the security they're talking about, it is preferable to continue to ensure a very short turnaround time to restore the grid, spend millions or even billions of naira, and then wait for the vandals to strike again, and then go back again to do the turnaround. So it goes on and on and on. And then, like they said, just like a subsidy now, petroleum subsidy, where the subsidy thieves cannot be overcome, where they cannot be arrested, and you and I and every Nigerian, we all have to pay for the sins of the subsidy cabal, of the subsidy thieves. We all have to pay back what we did not eat. So that's exactly what the minister is saying here. The minister also revealed plans to invest 36 billion naira in distribution of transformers across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. That is very convenient to do.
Yes, convenient. And
rather than restore the grid, rather than tackle insecurity in northern Nigeria.
But I believe something should be done about that insecurity in that part of the country, especially where the national grid is, because it is greatly affecting, the productivity of Nigerians and even Nigerians in general. Yes, he also said Nigeria, that is talking about power generation now, that 4,100 megawatts, in 2023 was generated 2023, and it increased to 5,528 megawatts in 2024. And he explained that this came about by some improvement in infrastructure courtesy of the current administration. Yes, we hope things go right anytime soon.
And federal government to blacklist 18 banks owing telcos almost 200 billion naira on USSD. Imagine all that money they make from us on USSD, and yet the banks now, they are owing the telecoms companies almost 200 billion naira, and you begin to wonder, Bimbo. All those USSD charges. That sometimes I
think 50 naira, 100
and even some frivolous charges. You begin to wonder that what is this for? On millions, several millions of customers, yet they are owing the telcos almost 200 billion naira. And you cannot owe them; they will hound you almost to your grave.
Well, I have this talking about education now. I'm talking about JAMB. I don't know what really went wrong or what transpired. 2025 budget, National Assembly is saying that federal government may stop giving grants to JAMB. Do you think it might be because they have been giving so much huge returns?
Well, actually, what they said, the JAMB registrar, Professor Oluyole, appeared for budget defense before the lawmakers, and what the lawmakers were saying was that JAMB ought to have remitted much more than it did the last time, and that they also saw some matters bordering on frivolous spendings, questionable spendings by the agency. But then, give it to Professor Oluyole, he has done very, very
he
well.
Has done very well,
he has
yes.
beaten
Very well.
Past records of JAMB when it comes to remittance. So I don't know why.
That is why I said maybe something might have gone wrong somewhere.
Has gone wrong. And Bimbo, I'm sorry to be saying this this morning. As always, I do not trust the lawmakers. Well, they could be right. They could have certain points regarding whatever. I mean, they could have valid points regarding their reservations and their concern about JAMB spendings, especially in the past year. But then, until I have the full details, and I'm very sure that the lawmakers actually know what they are saying, I take their questioning of the JAMB registrar with a pinch of salt, because it is the Nigerian National Assembly, and they are not known for being again, I'm sorry to use these words, very straightforward when it comes to matters like this, especially for one who has proven himself to be so far to be above board. Talking about Professor Ishak Oluyole.
Yes,
well, I may be sounding sentimental, but then that's my opinion about the man.
Yes, because Professor Oluyole is Ishak Oluyole. I've known him for a long time. Is a straightforward person, and he knows what he's doing, and accusing him of maybe should we call it accusation or what?
They're not accusing the professor, they're accusing JAM.
JAM. But the professor is the head of
The
JAM.
head of JAM. So invariably he has to answer those questions.
Well, it is normal he should answer, but I know the man is a man of integrity.
And they're also questioning the amount spent on I think travels or something. I think 600 million or thereabouts on travels. They also said that I think they said JAM got 6 billion naira in grants and remitted 4 billion naira. They are saying that the JAM should have remitted much more than that. That it should be a matter of profit. And okay, I think that's here. So that the board remitted 4 billion to the Consolidated Revenue Fund in 2024, while it got a grant of 6 billion naira from the federal government. And they are questioning that, and they are saying that you remitted 4 billion and got 6 billion from the federal government. Why not keep the 4 billion naira and we stop the government from funding JAM? I don't know what that means. I don't know what they are driving at. I don't know what they are driving at. Senator Adams Oshiomhole was particularly hard on JAM. The professor on JAM. Federal government raises inmates feeding to 1,125 naira per day.
Okay, correctional centers,
prisons.
Inmates.
Bimbo.
1,000.
Bimbo, if you want to eat a meal of amala.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
If I want to eat amala now, I don't eat too much. At least I can take about two or three small wraps.
Okay.
Yes.
Each wrap is 200
naira.
And that's where that's at Mama Puto, not at the big
big time
restaurants.
histories. I can eat 3. That is 600 naira. They put meat.
The meat that cost a less amount is 300 naira.
300 naira. So that is how much? 900.
Assuming you want to manage, you want to take just one piece of meat.
900 naira.
900. Okay. So
then you take water, pure water at least. Pure water. It has run to 1,000 naira.
So 125 naira.
So I don't know what the 125 naira will do.
So that 1,025 naira is just for one meal, and then manage even that one meal. If you want to eat rice, it's going to cost even much more.
Yes, much more, because a cup 200, 300. No, it is even 300, 600. If you put beans, another 300. It is over 1,000 with meat.
Well, the lesson basically, never find yourself in Nigerian prisons. Do everything possible so that you don't end up there. And they are saying this with pride and glee, as if they've achieved something. You might be thinking this morning that after all, we are talking about people who have done wrong in the society and they have been put away out of circulation. But then the purpose is to make them better people. That's why it's called correctional service, to correct them and at least aside them, those who have been sentenced to death for grievous crimes, those the system believes can still be reformed. They were sent there so that they can be corrected and they can come out as better people. But the first enemy to the reformation process is hunger.
Yes.
So if you are feeding them on 1,025 naira per day, well, I don't know, except for those who are fortunate to have relatives who look out for them and bring food to them in the prisons.
Now, imagine 1,025 naira, 1,125 naira per day. Okay, per day. If you want to eat one meal, maybe morning, afternoon, in the night, won't it be more than 1,125 naira per day?
I think the authorities, like advanced crimes, should look at this, not just as if you are punishing people for wrongdoing. You should look at it that this could be useful to society when they serve out their time. So it would be an investment if you reform the prisons, if you take care of the inmates in the prisons, and then maybe vocational skill programs. Well, I know that it actually exists, and for those who want to study, offer them the chance of academics. So it is an investment that will do the country good in the future. Of course, again with the purpose of reforming them. But then, if you want to reform people and there is hunger, as the would say.
Now, this one is talking about the Alafin for you now. The governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, presented the staff of office to the new Alafin and has threatened to prosecute some of the Oyo kingmakers. There were some controversies surrounding, the issues on ground.
Well, they said some of the kingmakers were said to have taken bribe from one of the candidates
over allegations of fraud, except they seek forgiveness from the Alafin designate Oba Akim Owade, and Governor Makinde made this known at the presentation of the instrument of office to the new Alafin of Oyo at the executive chambers of the governor's office Ibadan on Tuesday. The governor, who insisted that he has no prior relationship with the new monarch, said the affected kingmakers will be pardoned if they genuinely seek forgiveness from the traditional ruler.
Well, Bimbo, very naughty issue
yes.
here. And well, the argument some people put forward. Well, I saw the opinion of some people yesterday on this matter, and they said regarding sincere apologies for that breaking transmission, and it's good to know you are still there. We are talking about the matter of the Alafin for you, and regarding the matter of the allegations of bribery, which the governor said, according to the governor, almost tainted the process. Well, what some people said yesterday was that, money and cash influence in the selection, when it comes to the selection of a traditional ruler, in not just in Yoruba land, in many parts of the country, that it's as old as time, and that they are saying that it's as normal as those institutions themselves, and as old as those traditional institutions. That in Yoruba they say one Juoye. And one of the things that all of them. So traditionally, it's not seen as a bribery. It's seen as taking care of the kingmakers.
Yes.
And that is their own opportunity to at least have something come to them. So, like I said, what those people said didn't come from me. I tried to sample different opinions, and they said that what the governor referred to as bribe taking is actually something as old as time. Something that like I said, one of the things that people that you use what you have, and then eventually not necessarily even the highest bidder eventually emerges not necessarily the highest bidder, that eventually someone would emerge. And of course, divination too, the Faureko, which played a very prominent part in the emergence of Oba Owade as the new Alaafin of Oyo. So, well, asking the Oyo Messi to apologize to the
Alaafin designate.
Alaafin designate. Well, I don't know.
Well, well, we don't know what transpired in between that, so they will know how to sort themselves.
I say this because the traditional role of the Oyobisi, they are actually supposed to be checks and balances. Yes. Traditionally, they are supposed to be like the National Assembly.
Yes.
They talk about the old Oyo Empire.
Yes.
So I don't know the traditional constitution now. I'm not talking about the gentleman, the very gentleman process where the government is suggesting that they owe the new Alaafin an apology. But then talk about traditionally, I don't know if that is proper, and if that is going to be done, I wouldn't know if it should be done covertly or in the open.
But I believe the Oyo Messi too, they are always involved in the tradition, the process of appointing a new traditional ruler.
Yes, they very much were in this one too, but then things went awry between them. There was some disagreement as the story went, and disagreement over the well, I think the disbursement of proceeds now from what was coming from each of the candidates.
Okay.
And we understand that the argument of the Oyo Messi again was that every one of the candidates did them give them come to them with gifts. They are saying that it should not be labeled as bribery. It was just gifts for the babas.
Yes. Meanwhile, the traditional rites for the Alaafin designate has commenced. You have to undergo some rites before being coronated, and Oba Owade will be in seclusion for 21 days, after which the official coronation as the 46th Alaafin will hold.
And then quite a spectacle yesterday, a very colorful, a grand entry into Oyo town.
Yes.
The people of the town trooped out en masse, and then that's a sign that the new Alaafin is accepted by the people of Oyo town. And that, well, the governor did not make a mistake in approving his eventual emergence and selection as the new Alaafin of Oyo. I think the people spoke through that massive turnout yesterday in Oyo town. And the epoch-making event, it was presented with the staff of office yesterday. And after 21 days, the formal coronation ceremony will be held. When he emerges from the, is it maybe they call this now? That place where they have the seclusion, there's a Ikpebi, I think, and that's what they call it.
I think so. Now, talking about the Ibadan Stampede. Yes, quickly before we start receiving calls, the courts had admitted Naomi and the owner of a private station, Oluyole Hamzat, and the principal of Islamic High School, Fasasi, to 10 million naira bail with 2 shorties each. Yes, they have granted them the bails, and they are out now. And I was told that they might face another 18-count charge, but I'm not sure whether the charge were, read to them yesterday. But at least they are on bail now. We believe we should let people know. We know people who have known, but ititobagbo alono lumagbo abo.
And then, well, Alhaji Oluyole that one of the conditions was that matters about the Ibadan Stampede must not be broadcast on his radio station. That's one of the conditions.
Yes, and that he must not grant press interviews.
Let's open the phone lines. 080-5500-9850, 070-5555-1985. numbers to call this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Tola.
Good morning. Baba, been a while.
Well, in the end of the year and the beginning of the year, church activities.
Oh.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
A gospel singer caught with human head. A gospel singer? Well, not all gospel singers are gospel singers. Many just become emergency gospel singers because they have the gift of singing. And the so-called gospel singing these days is not singing for conversion of souls into God's kingdom, but for converting every opportunity to attract naira and dollar to their pockets. They compete even with secular musicians. Rather than singing for the education of the people, they are singing for entertainment and for money. Many of them, they don't know God, they don't fear God, and they don't serve God. By their fruits, we know them. Due for many preachers, especially in this our country, such people, if they fail to repent, Jesus said, on that day, he will declare to them that he does not know them, and they have to depart from him because they are workers of iniquities. This year, these so-called religious people, and one of the religious is that by the grace of God, they should repent. Because they have ruined this country, they have corrupted this country to a large extent, and God's judgment is coming heavily upon such people, misleading people, confusing people, leading people into various crimes. They need to rethink. If they don't have business with God, let them go and do farming. Well, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Farming, Baba. Oh, this is if you go and farm. Well. 080-5500-9850, 070-5555-1985. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I just want to ask some questions. The issue of Allah installment.
Please, can you
wonder how
reduce the volume of your set?
Tested the type of cookies earlier. I thought it was
Can you reduce the volume of your set?
We're supposed to present that to the type of cookies.
Okay, it was, although we couldn't hear him very clearly, I think he was asking why the staff of office was presented before the traditional circulation. Well, I guess the state government.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo. Good morning, sir.
Mr. John.
John calling from Ilorin.
Good to have you.
Quickly, it is easier for me to believe Oluyole than the whole National Assembly. This is a man, right from University of Ilorin. We have known him to be a very truthful man, an honest man. Please, I'm pleading with the House of Assembly. They should leave this man to do the good job he has been doing. The former this thing, not mentioning him, hardly remit anything, even after collecting funds from government. Please, don't tamper with the system of JAMB. I'm pleading with you. Secondly, on Obasa impeachment, well, they said misappropriation of funds. If that happens, I think he should have been taken to court. But that will not happen because they know that was not true. They are only trying to make him politically irrelevant so that the prince they are preparing, Seyi Tinubu, can have a smooth run to the throne as a governor. As a journalist, I'm not expecting you to believe that, but that is all we know, and that is the truth we know. Obasa is being rendered politically irrelevant, able to grant Oriyomi Hamzat and Mrs. Naomi. I call him Mrs. Naomi because, as far as I'm concerned, he's not a queen. Now, we are so emotional about them being released. You see a lot of people shouting, just because some of them want to go back to Agidigbo every week to go and be collecting the stipends they are getting. Fine. But we should be more emotional about the people who lost their little angel.
I'm pleading with Oluyole Hamzat and Mrs. Naomi, with the state governor. As far as I'm concerned, yes, many people believe the case is still in the court. I believe the case is dead. Please, they should do everything possible to make the parents, after all, they were poor. That is why they went to that event for a token of 5,000. They should now make those parents happy. Torí interview sọ ni pé gbogbo bá jẹ lọ́bọ̀ máa ń jẹ bọ̀ kó má di pé gbogbo ìgbà tí àwọn òbí ọmọ ẹ̀ bá rántí àwọn ènìyàn wọ̀nyí wọ́n máa ṣépè fún wọn ní o. So they should quick do the needful. They have the capability and capacity to make those family happy. Yes, that will not return their children, but at least to bring them little out of poverty. Good morning. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I think I agree with Mr. John on that, and I guess the people involved. But then you must remember that they are also in trouble too over this matter. But then you are right. They should also try to make amends regarding reaching out to the parents of the deceased children. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo, and Judy. I'm calling from Kolaba. Now, let me start with the bank USSD stuff. They said USSD did not pay some certain amount. The bank did not pay some certain amount. Maybe the USSD did not pay. There has been some discrepancy between them. One thing is, banking system in Nigeria, under the leadership of CBN, the present CBN are not doing well at all. The reason we don't know. I know bank has been degenerated over the years, but it has been bad in the last few months or the last year. There are problems and we don't know. So if USSD does not work again, maybe they want us to be up. We don't know. But I think there are many channels between USSD, telecommunications, banks and all that. Everybody has a own quota that they used to collect, including some people that we cannot mention their names because they are on here. So everybody has a quota. So when these things start, is it that they refuse to, pay some people, or some people refuse to remit their own? But they will not tell us that. But yet, we'll never reach that today. Then corruption in this country, that leads us to the too. One thing is, we bastardize things in this country, and we even justify it. Now, one thing is, Oye is different from Oba. Oye want to Oye. You got to struggle for Oye. Oye Balo, Oye, all these things. Oye, you struggle for it. Then you have to pay some people. That's what they do. Oba, they don't do Oba. Oba is in store. So when people criticize the governor, I'm not a fan of the governor, but what he did the right thing in this regard. How can you go and collect for a suit that has been there for centuries? You want to come and be collecting money and you say you want to get it, and people will be justifying it. You know, the mentality of this country, corruption. I want don't want it, whichever. So you want people to the highest bidder, want to give the to the highest bidder. So when I did that, if I qualify now and I have billions of naira, if somebody give you 20 million, so if I can double it, I'll give you 40 or give you 100 million each. So we can't shift my attention to me, not to the person again. So what kind of system are we? Anyway, I don't believe in traditional institution anymore. I believe in it if you do have democracy. But since we have democracy, we cannot have two laws running in the state. If that's my own approach, I don't know how people think. Because how can we have two authorities operating in the land? I want to be independent of the other. I don't know how they do that in any part of the world. So that's just that. So good morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, Mr. Gideon, another shade of opinion there. But like I said, some people who have the opinion that, let me call it settling now, settling the kingmakers is actually as old as time. It's not just in Yoruba land, in other parts of the country where we want to have a traditional ruler in place. Just a normal part of the procedure. So whether the house will come or not is what. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Joe Michael.
Yes, I want to congratulate His Imperial Majesty Oba Abimbola Akinwumi. But I still want to continue with what I said yesterday. Sorry, I'm not criticizing governor, but what I'm saying is this. You know, I read a lot about this Oyo stool. And I'm interested. I love Oba so much. I'm interested. This is this. If our oracle should speak, and we believe that if I speak now, that is why I'm saying that if Ilirua want to be installed now, there should be no litigation. That's what I'm saying in essence. You know, Alafia has been installed now. I love him so much. I love that. You know what I'm saying? There is this. There should be no court order that at the long run, Oba will be pinched or dethroned. Sorry. You know, it is not good. We should respect traditional institutions. These traditions should not be dragging on. No, that is what I'm saying. Yesterday, truly, they are saying if I speak, fine, good. There's nothing about that again. So, whenever we want to select Oba in Yoruba land or elsewhere, let if I speak. And there should be no court order after the installation. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to establish. Look at Kano Emirates now. They have gone to Supreme Court. Why? The whole emir, the whole sultan, we shouldn't go to court because of look at Ibrahim Dasuki, he was disposed and the man died in exile. It is not good. That's what I'm saying. And on the Mulatiwa Yobasa, it is politics. God bless you. Enjoy your day.
Thank you very much.
No, Mr. Ojumash, we were talking about the matter of squabbles in the selection process of traditional rulers. Well, we have moved past those days when lizards were in ones and twos. Credit to Chino Achebe,
Yes.
the popular post-fiction writer now late. So the days when lizards were in ones and twos is used to refer to that time when things were normal. When things went as they should, when things were as they should be. These days it's no longer what it should be. So that's why you can see the struggle for the Kano ownership being taken to the Supreme Court. And then the matter of ownership too, well, that Mr. Jide said that they were king to Oba, but then when you have different ruling houses and they are all laying claim to the throne, what do
Even within a particular ruling house, there might be about 20 princes.
Even we did the same ruling house.
Yes.
What the prayer of the townspeople is that the best person should emerge. And I think in the case of Oyo Town, I think the government, in its wisdom, has approved the selection of him that they think is the best for that position. And also, along with the principles of fairness and fair play, that's what the government has tried to consider and has tried to weigh. Like Governor Shemaki said, he said he didn't know the Nalafi about Wadi before now.
Yes.
That he only looked at what was brought before him, and then in consonance and collaboration with the kingmakers too.
Yes.
The government decided to pick to operate to make its decision on the basis of the principles of fairness and justice too. But we have to go. Check out time is 7:30, and I'm not interested in conversation this morning, and we'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Conversation.
Oluyole FM.
Unjalala.